This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome to Paradise, Louisiana. Welcome, Salt Bayou. My little place here on Salt Bayou in Slidell. Thank God I got one of the best producers around. I got Mr. Kirk Jacobs. Come here tonight and film this open. I wish he would be with me. Tomorrow, I'm going to be filming myself. I'm going to be with Deadly Dudley Vanderboer now. And my guests are going to be Coach Paul Maneri and his wife Karen and his grandson. Now, I'm looking forward to that. Might have a slight chance of rain. Dudley and them been killing the fish. Mike Brantley has been killing the fish. Ollie Marina, the captains, have been doing well. They've been doing on trussels. The only trouble now, the word's out on the trussels. You got to take your turn. You got to find your spot. But the weather's going to be a little rough. It was a little rough today. This is Easter Sunday. So I want y'all to stay tuned. We're going to do some catching up. For the last 2 weeks, Chris has been on vacation. We had some things. He put some shows together. We've been neglecting a fishing report and some of the rodeo reports. I couldn't find the North Shore fishing report. I thought I'd saved it, but I didn't. So y'all guys send me the old report or send me a new one, and I'll get it back on next week. So stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana from my little camp. See all my pelicans and all my stuff here in my camp. Salt Bayou, Slidell, Louisiana. We'll be right back. There you go.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
We put faith in our vehicles to connect us. We understand how important it is to have transportation you can rely on. So no matter what the road ahead brings, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for over 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
As members of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy cooperative.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
What we're doing today is we fish in a suction zone where you got an entire Lake Pontchartrain funneling in to a narrow, one of its main passes, and these fish are sitting right on the edge of that shallower Lake Pontchartrain water where it hits the deeper pass water. All these fish are cookie cutter size, about that 12 to 15 inch range. And throw this one in the well here. You can see this point, fine, hard, sharp point right there. And what the tide's doing is it's falling from Lake Pontchartrain, ripping around that point, and we're catching some in tight in like that 4 to 5 foot of water. And when we're doing that, we're using a smaller jig head, and then we're also coming off of the drop off some where this thing really canyons into like 25 foot of water, where you're gonna need a heavier jig head to let it get to the bottom. So right here isn't too terribly deep. Throwing in like the current line, I can see the current, the line just kind of playing and moving against the grain of the wind, so I can kind of see where the main current line is. And there it is right there. There's a good school of fish sitting in that current line. You've heard about current lines your whole life. It could be a duck pond meeting a bayou. It could be an entire Lake Pontchartrain meeting a pass, but current lines are the key for school and speckled trout. And we're using the midnight mullet right here. It's doing its job. We're in the early part of the spring. Mullet's one of the main forages of speckled trout in the spring until the shrimp come in, and it's getting the job done. Let's see if we can get 3 in a row. Again, just, I'd say I'm throwing in about 7 foot right here. Already, golly, there must be a bottom right there. I wasn't even jigging, it was falling at the bottom when you hit it. Got a hard, pretty stiff east-southeast wind, bucking a nice falling tide. So the wind's trying to push us this way, the tide's trying to pull us this way, and the fish are hanging out right off that current line. You know, when you're fishing a hard point like this, that don't mean you got to be right up on the point. What you want to look for is the actual current line, like I said. Sometimes it can be close to the point, sometimes it can be way off the point like it is right now. And you just want to be able to find those fish somewhere off of that point. As you can see, we're well off of it at the moment. I'm just letting it get to the bottom, just hopping it. If I had a power pole or an anchor and live shrimp, it'd be game over right here. There's a nice school of fish right here. We're just kind of covering and floating around. Some are deep, some are shallow. And we're just bouncing this midnight mullet nice and off the bottom. That's what we're looking for. That's a good fish right there, about a 2 1/4 pounder. He laid that midnight load the boat up right here in this spot. Another nice one. Get him off, get it right back out there. Look, he's got my lure a little crooked. Just make sure it's always straight. Straighten that lure out. Always want to cast right where you had the last bite. That's a good fish here, baby. Ooh. Yeah, buddy. That's a nice one. Nice one. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Get a little picture on that one there. That is definitely the size we're looking for there. Give me a handful of them. Dinner tonight. Oh, and I threw him back in the water. That head right over my shoulder, baby. Shaking that head. Just showing you. Whoop. That one just go on the floor, but just showing you these little birds. I don't know if they call them terns or what they are. And they're diving on little minnows, little glass minnows, maybe some. We saw the tide falling good into this pass. We actually saw Captain Dudley and Captain Hill on the far point and seen these birds diving. I mean, it was no doubt that there's some serious life in here. And that's a really big point. It's something you want to take into consideration. When you see some of these guides fishing, or just you know, an everyday angler, a weekend warrior, call it what you want. If they got a point locked up and you got a good feeling they're catching them on that point, you don't have to press up in there with them. They're telling you the type of ecosystem the fish are wanting to be in. So when I see a major point and two boats on it, and it was pretty obvious they're catching fish, all I did was come and find my own point that no boats are on, and hopefully I was going to catch some fish. Now, if I didn't do any good, I would have just marked that in my brain, and the next time I'm passing by and nobody's there, take a shot at it. Too many anglers will see a boat catching fish, push up in there too close, and ruin the bite for both parties, and that's just not the way you can do it. You can come slide in there with another angler, give them some space, and everybody can work on the same school of fish, but a lot of times an angler tries to shove in where another angler is catching fish and just simply ruins the bite. What we're doing is finding our own fish by simply coming across the pass to fish the other point. If they're ganged up on one point and they're catching them over there, which I highly assume they are, 90% of the time they're going to be on the other point too. Alright guys, it's getting, whoa, mighty windy today. It's getting mighty windy right now. I still want to take a peek at a few other things before I go in, before the lake gets too choppy. We're going to go ahead and leave this alone. Wouldn't call it every cast, but it's doggone good. Catching nice trout, just like this, on the midnight mullet. We're coming right off the tail end of winter. Water temperature went from 48 degrees up to the 60s in just a matter of 14 days. And these trout are really responding for their spring run. This was awesome, finding them ganged up like this at a suction zone off of Lake Pontchartrain using a midnight mullet. Make sure to subscribe to your monthly bait box, as you're going to get your hands on these midnight mullets. Get out here for the Lake Pontchartrain annual springtime run, as they'll probably be on the bridges any day now if they're not already there. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Dockside TV. Subscribe to the channel. Until next time, guys, good fishing.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
We put faith in our vehicles to connect us. We understand how important it is to have transportation you can rely on. So no matter what the road ahead brings, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for over 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
As members of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
Let's see if we can catch up on a little news right now and some important things that are coming up on the calendar. One of the biggest things coming up is CCA Star. It starts on Saturday, May 28th, and it goes all the way to Labor Day, September the 5th. Now, at 13,000 participants in the Star, and that was during the pandemic, so you get ready, $750,000 in prizes. They got truck, boat packages, they got tackle packages, anything you can imagine. And one of the most popular, biggest family rodeos or contests in the country, not just in Louisiana. Also, Swole Fest is back. That's good to my heart. That's going to be June 8th to 11th. That's going to be in Grand Isle at the Grand Isle Marina, the new furbished to Grand Isle Marina. Now, I got some late tournament reports, and them lights are so bright, I hope I can see them. My pen was getting light. Listen, I got Fishes of Men on 4th, 2nd, 22nd, the Lake Verret. First place was Jeremy Seneca and Blake Cantella. 16.82 pounds, big bass, 6.29. David Cavell and Corey Wheat was second and third. They didn't send me the weights. This is unbelievable. Connor Rushing and Alex Heiss. Now, you remember them names? For a few years back, in high school tournaments, they were all the way up there in the top end, the money. Now they placing all that with the elders, the older group. They on the pro circuit. Get ready, guys. These are two great fishermen. False River, the nighttime tournaments have been going on. I run in and to a couple of guys, I say, man, please send me the reports. I've been hearing some good things that good fish are being caught at False River. On a 3 at 25 on a Friday night, Jared Manuel and Seth Smith won it 12.31 pounds. Big bass, 8.26. The next week, False River on Friday at 401. That's Fool's Day, April Fool's Day. Paul Now, the Louisiana Bass Nation had a big tournament. I don't even remember where I reported some of it, but these are the big winners. This was up at Caney Lake, and some big weights was doing. First place was Bennett Fondo and Sophie Lorman. You see them in these pictures. The Central Louisiana Junior Bass Masters, Nicholas Inglade and Tyler Medica. Southwest Junior Anglers was Sawyer Knickerbocker and Grant Williams, and the Central Catholic Juniors come in fourth. Pierce PQ and Jason Plazon. Fifth was Central Louisiana Junior Bass Masters was Easton Miller and Trent Hennessy. I'm gonna go back over there in that False River tourney. That guy's name was Paul Peters and not PQ, so, and Wilder Jones. So I had to go back and fix that. I have a friend of mine over there in Lafayette told me, he said, boy, you getting bad. Did you stumbling and starting? Yeah, I'm getting bad. I don't know if it's some medicine, just getting old, but as long as y'all keep on me on and y'all still want these reports, text me, give me a little encouragement. He's trying to get me to quit. You know I'm talking about you, my buddy over there, Mr. Mouton. So now, let me give a little fishing report right now. Some of the pictures I got in, I've been having in. I'm gonna jump around a little bit more. I think I got all the bass tournaments. Like I said, I didn't have the North Shore totals. They still catching big fish. With the Pearl River up and everything, they still catching a lot of bass and big bass. So it amazes me. I'm waiting for some of them to take me over there. Now, the Abu Garcia fishing report right now, and some of the pictures I have, some of the things I got to remind you. Lorto, my buddy up there, Brendan Dubrock, and his lodge, he sent me some pictures. I told him to email, but I didn't get them. I'll get them to you. I'll get them there this week, later tonight. But let me tell you what. I don't care what it is. They're going on different excursions. They go catfishing. Y'all know crappie. They know bass. Right now, spoonbill catfish. Now, it's tricky. You got certain rules on spoonbill catfish in the state of Louisiana. You got two a boat. They got a limit on them, two. But, and you can't catch them snagging. And a lot of people get to them weirs and stuff, and they catch them snagging. I'm not sure, but I think they outlawed that, or you have to throw them back. So, I'll send you some pictures of them. And these are all legal. By the way, Sac-a-lait biting over there, Lorto again. Bourgeois fishing charters. You know, they've been repairing. They're about to get their lodge ready, but they've been making one-day trips over there, and they are catching bourgeois charters. Remember what I told you, Tocqueville rests his soul, but his son and them, they've been sending out guides, and they're doing it, doing what they can. So don't forget them. Perry Bias, you ain't heard from him a long time. I had a bad accident. Perry's on the bayou over there, Highway 11. He got his thing. He did a lot of the Deep South. He did a lot of those videos at night and stuff. Well, last November he had a head-on collision in the boat. Somebody didn't have their lights on. He was running from a little short place to another place. The guy and his wife were arrested, but they all survived. Perry's tore up and his boat tore up, but he's got one of his friends, and you look at the size of these trouts coming from the trestle. Captain Andy at Island Marina, Wicked Fishing Charters. He got these ladies over there, a bunch of people been going out with Captain Andy. You know, they're wicked fishing. He ain't out but going after sharks. He'll go after big garfish. So if you want to get Captain Andy, you can find him at Island Marina. Captain Clint at Island Marina. He's smorgasbord, catching flounder, sheepheads, redfish is almost constant with him catching redfish. Here's a boat full of ladies that did a great job and had a great catch to put on the dock. So thank you, Clinton. And that's coming from Island Marina. That's my second home over there. And the stewards over there are always taking care of me. Now, I got a picture. I got to say this and get it right. Mike Donna and Mike Marine over there in Pecan Island. He took my good friend. I say he's my good friend. He's also my minister. He's our report from Southwest Louisiana. John Bernard just had serious procedure done on his lungs. He went home yesterday. He was in there a while. I think he had operated on the 11th. He'd been having a little pain, but he said it's nothing like what Jesus went through. He's my inspiration. We swap in prayers, and he's always given me a great report. I'm not worried about your report right now. I want you to get well, but I want you to keep me in your prayers, and I'll keep you in mind. John Bernard, God bless you. Looking after you. Y'all, anybody out there listening know John Bernard? We need prayers, so good. Some more here. I told you, cocoa tree. You know, it was really tore up, and there's a lot of people, a lot of the landings are still having time, but the people that are cleaning up and the people that are going there finding fish. Imminent between there and Terrio now. I got a report from Melissa and Keith Fondo. They back catching those big old redfish. They're fishing shrimp, bait shrimp under a cork. And I'm sorry, on the bottom with a jig head. So what else I got? Oh yeah, I got another picture. See that? That's Mr. Ham. He had a 4 pound. He had a 4 pound 6 ounce or 1 ounce bass. He caught in private lake. He was proud of it. Me too. Thanks for sending pictures. Gary at ParadiseLouisiana.com. Excuse me, a light in my eyes. I don't mean to squinch. Thanks again to Kurt Jacobs. Big Easy Media. Anybody need him, you can meet him on his website. Big Easy Media. Thank you again coming over here. No, I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to tell you what he did. He came over here with a little sore, but I'm not going to tell him that. I love him. He is a place. When I'll be back, I wish he was going in the boat with us tomorrow, but thank you again. Thank y'all. God bless you. Thank you again, Jesus Christ, for our salvation. See you next week.
Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.